Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all my panels. So for today, I will be presenting to you on my industrial training at the Laguna Redang Island Resort. So I've been there for around 2.5 months. Okay, for the official name of the company at the Laguna Redang Island Resort is actually Laguna Redang Travels and Tours Sindiamhat. So the company and the resort has been active since 2003 and is located at one of the prettiest island in the world. It's Terengganu, Redang Island. Okay, Laguna Redang Island Resort is actually being managed by the Toh family. So as you can see from this chart over here, as you can see on the chart here, are the names of the people responsible at the Laguna Redang Island Resort. Every company or businesses have their own mission and vision. So for the Laguna Redang Island Resort, they also have their vision and missions. So for the vision of the company is to be a preferred island resort in its own class in Malaysia. So now we will proceed to the location of the resort. So the resort is actually located at the Terengganu, near the South Sea Asia. So the resort is located in the island. So Laguna Redang Island Resort is actually located at the state of Terengganu in an island called Redang Island. So the Redang Island is one of the most beautiful islands in Malaysia. The island is also accessible by ferry from the Shah Bandar Jetty. So this is the actual map of the Laguna Redang Island Resort. You can take a look. So next, for the organizational chart. So this is some of the managers that I can get their names on the board over here. So for the training schedule, I've been here since 1st of March 2020 until the 31st of August 2020. So I'm still here, still doing my internship. The director of the human resource, Mr. Ridzuan, has assigned me to two different departments for my internship. One is the recreation center and also the front office department. I have been at the recreation department since the 1st of March 2020 until the 20th March 2020. I started my internship at the front office department since 1st of July 2020 until the 31st of August 2020. So there will be a little bit of gap between the 20th March and the 1st of July. Actually, the resort has been closed during that time because of the MCO. So let me just start explaining to you about my internship at the recreation center. The recreation department has been divided into three sub-departments, which is the pool, the reception, and also the activities and the lifeguards. At the recreation center, I was assigned as the activity and the lifeguard. Okay, during that time, I have been an organizer of activities, lifeguard, and also the snorkeling guide. These are the activities offered by the Laguna Redang Island Resort. This information is actually important for us at the recreation center so that when people ask us, we can just give their information without hesitations. So, as a snorkeling guide, I have been to three types of snorkeling. First is the deep sea snorkeling. Second is the marine park center, and also the special snorkeling with the sea turtles. First, I will tell you about the marine park. So the marine park is actually located near the island. so it is reachable by boat. The boat capacity is 30%. So the boat moves in around 9 a.m. The snorkeling guide will be swimming with the guests and guide them in the water, while the lifeguard will be at the beach standing by if anything happened to the guests. As a snorkeling guide, I have been trained to guide the tourists during their snorkeling diving. And also, if I have time to spare, I will clean the beach during my standby. These are some pictures of the boat and also the ticket for the marine park. Next, I will tell you about deep sea snorkeling. So, for deep sea snorkeling, it's actually at the sea. There will be a certain spot for the boatman to bring, and also let the guests swim over there. The boat has the same capacity, which is 30 people. So, for the timing of the deep sea is moving around 3 p.m. As a snorkeling guide, I have to guide the tourists to slowly from the boat into the water for their snorkeling time. As a lifeguard, I have to be at the boat on standby and at the lookout for any guest that has been trouble. As you can see in the picture, so this man is trying to help the guest to go through into the water. So that is actually the snorkeling guide. And also, as you can see in the blue shirt in this, so actually the person who wears the red clothes is actually the lifeguard or the snorkeling guide, while the man with the blue shirt is actually the boatman. Okay, for the special snorkeling, it usually start around 4 p.m. The snorkeling spot can be reached by speedboat. It's not the big boat, it's the small boat. As a snorkeling guide, we will guide the guests to the sea and play with the turtle, but we have to make sure they don't actually touch the turtle, only give them food. So, after every snorkeling, the life jacket and the mask has to be cleaned and dried. Usually, the life jacket, we will clean it with the big pool. So the face mask will be cleaned with a soap to remove the sunblock lotion that sticks on the mask when the guest is wearing it. During my time at the recreation department, I actually learned how to repair broken masks and also wrap a block of bread for the guests to buy during the snorkeling trip. Okay, after all of the life jacket has been cleaned and dried, they will be kept in the back office of the recreation department, as shown here. Okay, for other activities, I have also assisted in numbers of activities at the Laguna Redang Island Resort. First of all is the telematch. Second of all is the jungle trekking. Third is the archery. And also the fourth one is the holiday night special event. Okay, for the first one, the telematch is actually a company that will come with families, so they wanted a telematch. So, as a member of the employee at the recreation department, we have to host a telematch. So, here's are some pictures of the telematch that we have hosted.
Berlari foto masa. Tak boleh berlari, berjalan sahaja. Tak boleh lari ya, jalan sahaja.
Jalan je, slow-slow je.
So for the jungle trekking, it's actually a mini jungle trekking. So the location of the jungle trekking is actually near the recreation department. So I have guided a few guests to this small trail and they were satisfied. Actually, during the holidays, the resort will host a special event called the Holiday Night Special Event. Usually this event can be joined by all range of age, young, old, it doesn't matter. They are also giving out prizes for anyone who wins at the event. So, as a lifeguard, I have learned how to do basic life saving. One of them is airway, breathing, rescue breathing, and also circulation. This three is actually a basic life saving technique that need to be used before we send the guests to a clinic nearby at the village in the Laguna Redang Island Resort. Some of you may think that this department is not actually suitable with my course of studies. Actually, during my time at this department, I've been learning how to communicate directly with the guests and also guiding them, leading them. Actually, this is an experience for me, even if it's only for 20 days at this department. So next up is the front office department. So I have been at the department since the 1st of July until the end of August 2020, and usually I am the one who is checking in the guests. So here is actually the organizational chart of the front office department. So now I will be telling you on my task assignments. The truth is, the result doesn't have any information count. As a front office employee, we have to know this information so we can give an accurate information for our guests. So these are the kind of information that we need to know so that we can tell the guests more detail about the resort. So in the resort is actually have 4 Laguna suites, 12 premier sea view rooms, 28 sea view rooms, 50 pool view rooms, 172 garden view rooms, and also 10 standard room. So for the room package, we're also giving a full board package, 3 days 2 nights, a deluxe package. So next up is the room and breakfast only. So this is where the guest is only provided room and breakfast. So next off is the diving package. The fourth one is the 3 days 2 nights honeymoon package for the couples. And last of all is the meeting package. Some of the guests might ask us, how do we reach the... some of the incoming guests. Okay. Some of the guests will call the reception and ask how will they come to the resort. So actually, they have 2 ways to come to Terengganu. One is travel by air. So these are the airlines that have come and landed at Kuala Terengganu on a daily basis. Once they reach the Kuala Terengganu airport, they can take a cab or our shuttle bus service. One more way is actually travel by land. So now express buses and also outstation taxis offer a regular service from Kuala Lumpur to Terengganu. So the trip from Kuala Lumpur to Terengganu is actually taking around 6 hours, and from Pulau Pinang is actually take around 8 hours. So once you arrive at the Kuala Terengganu bus terminal, it's actually really near to the jetty, so you can take a cab or our shuttle bus service to the Shah Bandar jetty. Actually, we operate a scheduled boat transfer from Shah Bandar jetty to the Redang island. So it usually take around 1.5 hours. The boat from Shah Bandar jetty to the Redang island is almost every day. It took around 1.5 hours without stops. So you can directly go to Laguna Redang Island Resort, the doorstep to your paradise. This is the timeline from Shah Bandar jetty to Laguna Redang Island Resort. There are 2 times, which is 9:30 and 12:30. But usually a pack of time, the time will be different from the Laguna Redang Island Resort to the Shah Bandar jetty. Usually in 9 a.m. is not that many people. For the 11:30 a.m. usually there's many people and usually will be a delay. So we have to know about the housekeeping service. So as we know, the housekeeping service is operation hour is between 8 a.m. until the 11 p.m. Provide daily room service and also laundry service, but the laundry usually take around 2 to 3 days because we have to send the laundry to the mainland, and the mainland take around 2 to 3 days to send it back and give it to the guests. So if the guests were taking around 4 days 3 nights, 5 days 4 nights, should be enough time to get their laundry back. So at the resort, the guests might ask us where to eat. So we will be giving the information about the F&B outlet. For recreation and facilities, I've already explained to you, there have been indoor, outdoor, and sea activities. The operating hours for the recreation center is actually from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So we actually have a dive center. So it's operating a 3 diving session, 1 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 2 p.m. This is only for the scuba diving package. If you're not, actually, the results also offer Discover Scuba Diving, which is even without license, you can just go for scuba diving. So the operating hour of the dive center is actually from 5:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So the last but not least is the Momoti gift shop. So actually the Momoti gift shop is actually a house is built in with a gift shop. So actually the Redang Island is actually popularized by a Hong Kong movie. So the Momoti gift shop is actually a set for them. After it's been released in the theaters, Redang Island has been the star point of Chinese people to go for leisure time. Next time I will explain to you about the shift that I am working at the Laguna Redang Island Resort. First is the morning shift. There have been 3 shifts, which is morning shift, afternoon shift, and night shift. Sadly, I've been only be able to work around 2 shifts only, which is the morning shift and also the afternoon shift. The night shift usually they will be putting only 1 person there because there will be no need for extra men during the night, and usually the 1 person is actually the senior. So as a front office employee, I have to check in the guests when it comes. Here are the things that I need to know for checking in the guests. Etiquette is one of the most important thing in the industry. So with good etiquette, they will show a good first impression to the guests. So for the conclusion, actually I have learned a lot during my time at the Laguna Redang Island Resort, and now I'm still experiencing and still learning from the Laguna Redang Island Resort because I am still here, still doing my practical, and my last date is usually around 31st of August. I personally believe that the best way of learn and gaining experience is actually practical work, and when you're doing it, actually you are not only doing it, actually you are doing it to gain knowledge and also for the preparation of the future. So with my experience, I think uh, during my internship at the Laguna Redang Island Resort is actually a big impact in my life. Having all of this experience is definitely a benefiting thing for me and for the future, so that I can bring this real world knowledge and try to apply them in the future. Okay, that's all for me. So thank you so much.